welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person, and I now have a members-only channel with a lot of perks, including live group coaching and live workshops once a week, monthly challenges, a lot of exclusive content, and much more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to talk to all of you who are manifesting a specific person about something that is very important, and it's often omitted and neglected and ignored, when for many people it can actually be the answer as to why you don't have your SP yet, especially if you've been manifesting them for a while. And that thing is, are you actually, genuinely, deep down, feeling chosen by your specific person? Yes or no? So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So this is something that is actually very important, you guys, because as we always say, your specific person, your SP, is always your mirror. They're always mirroring a part of your consciousness. And that could be a part of your consciousness about yourself, a part of your consciousness about them, about the relationship with them, about relationships in general, or it could be a combination of these things. But in any event, they are mirroring something within you. As I speak to a lot of people who come to me for coaching and also other people from the community, I find that one of the most common issues people tend to have when they are manifesting a specific person and they've been manifesting that person for a while and they're not really seeing results or they're not seeing movement is because deep down they still don't feel chosen by their specific person. And this lack of feeling chosen, if you will, is interesting because it can manifest in many different ways, including ways which you might have not imagined. For example, people who are sticking and attaching to very specific outcomes. People who are looking for very specific, exact outcomes from their specific person, from their interactions with their specific person. And if they don't get that exact outcome, they go on to spiral, they go on to waver, they go on to question everything. This is actually a manifestation, you guys, of you not feeling chosen by your specific person. For example, let's say you texted them and you wanted them to respond immediately or very fast, and you were affirming for that and you were intending for that, and that's what you wanted, that's what you were hoping for, and for whatever reason, they didn't. For whatever reason, they didn't respond, or they responded the next day, or they responded, 4 or 5 hours later. And you took that to be a big problem. You took that to be a rejection of you. You took that to be as them ignoring you and not caring about you. This triggered feeling, you guys, is actually a manifestation of you not feeling chosen by your specific person. And interpreting something that happened in the 3D that didn't go exactly the way you were hoping or the way you would have liked as a worst case scenario, as something that is unfavorable to you, and so on. Another example I see very often, and I'm not saying this is always the case, but in a lot of cases, I dare say most of the cases, it's actually true, is when people come to me for coaching and they tell me that I want my specific person to reach out to me first. Well, there's nothing wrong in that, in having that as a preference. I want to be pursued by my specific person, or I prefer not to be the one to make the first step most of the time. Cut here. Or perhaps I was the one who made the first step the last couple of times, so now it's their turn. All of this is okay. However, if you've been in no contact with your specific person, or if you've had an argument, or if you have any kind of background story about them that is unfavorable and that you have interpreted in your consciousness as them not choosing you, them not caring about you, them ignoring you, and so on, the reason why you're so gung-ho in them making the first move is because deep down you don't feel chosen by them. And deep down you're wanting them to validate you, to redeem you, and to prove to you that they are actually choosing you. But of course the problem with that is, even if it does manifest in the exact way in which you want, even if they do take the first step, chances are, if you haven't changed your self-concept to feel chosen by your specific person, to make that your dominant state, that you are going to find something else sooner or later, usually sooner, by which to be triggered, by which to be upset, by which to start questioning everything, by which to start wavering, spiraling, and so on. Because your dominant story is still that you are not feeling chosen by your specific person. So even if they do validate you here and there, or even if they do validate you consistently and regularly, you are still spiraling because you still deep down don't believe that they are choosing you, that they're not ignoring you, that they do care about you, that they do love you, that they do like you, that they do want their relationship with you, and so on. And another very common thing I also see, which again is a manifestation of the same thing, it's a manifestation of not feeling chosen by your specific person, is when people tend to set very, very hard boundaries. This is not to say that you accept being disrespected by your specific person. This is not to say that you accept bad behavior. Don't get me wrong. This is not to say that you accept any kind of mistreatment, verbally, emotionally, physically, or whatever. But what I see in a lot of people is that when they don't get what they want from their specific person, for example, the commitment, or the prompt communication, or the regular communication, or the dates, or whatever it might be, they tend, for example, to block them on social media. Or in some way or other, they limit access to themselves for that person in order to teach that person a lesson, or in the hopes that the person is going to miss them and change their behavior. Or in some cases, even as an emotional reaction to what you perceive as your specific person doing to hurt you. And so what you're doing in these situations is that you're manipulating the 3D, trying to get the outcomes that you want through the 3D and from the 3D, without changing within, without changing your self-concept to feel chosen by that person, without changing your stories in your mind, without changing your attitude and your perspectives. You instead go straight to the 3D and try to force a change in the 3D in that way. And once again, if you are doing that, and I know a lot of you guys are doing that or have done that, that once again is a manifestation of deep down not feeling chosen by your specific person. So I want you guys to be very, very honest with yourselves. I want you to understand and realize what are the stories that you're holding within about that person, about your relationship, about yourself in relation to them. Because all of that, one way or another, manifests in your 3D, in how you're thinking, how you're feeling, how you're responding, how you're reacting, how you're perceiving a situation, and so on. And chances are, if you are reacting to essentially neutral facts and neutral things that are happening in the 3D in emotionally charged ways, if you are perceiving them as something negative, something unfavorable, something non-beneficial to you, the origin of all that is that you haven't yet changed your self-concept to feel chosen by your specific person. And so you're resorting to taking steps in the 3D or reacting in the 3D in one way or other as an expression of that inner lack of confidence in feeling chosen by your SP. So this is very deep, you guys. This is very, very important. So I want you to be honest with yourselves. I want you to have a real, genuine, honest conversation with yourselves if you need to, because you need to start realizing what stories you're telling yourself about your SP and that relationship, and how you're allowing those stories to manifest in your 3D, not just in your SP's responses and reactions and how they're showing up towards you, but in your own actions, reactions, thoughts, feelings, assumptions, perceptions, and so on. So I wanted to put this out today as food for thought for all of you who are manifesting a specific person, especially those of you who've been manifesting them for a while and are still not seeing movement yet. See if it resonates, see if it helps you, see if it can help you make some more progress and some more positive steps towards the direction that you want. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.